My question goes to Banderas and Michael. Seeing you here today, I remember a song from Ray Charles, Hit the Rock, Jack, and Come Back Now Home. You both come from Europe, different culture, you go to the States, and you make the box office. Can you tell us what is your secret?
Well, I just copied Antonio. I saw what he did, and I followed suit.
I have no secret because, as many of you know already, getting into the American cinematography for me was kind of an accident in my life. It's something that I never planned, but it happened. I did a first movie there, The Mambo Kings, and I went back to Spain thinking that I had a beautiful story to tell my grandson someday. And then I went back to the Spanish cinematography, and then Jonathan Demme called me to do Philadelphia, so I went back there, back to Spain. After that, I continued working in Europe, and more movies and more responsibility, and I suppose that there's a personal reason, actually, for me actually to be living there, which is my wife. I met my wife, and I moved there because she got kids and I didn't have kids, and that was the determinant for me just to move over there. And now how that happened, that we made it to the American market and we sustainably stay there for years is a mystery that I prefer to don't even analyze, actually.
Thank you. Next question in the back.
Hello. Congratulations, everyone, for this delightful movie. I have a question to Antonio Banderas concerning the last scene of the film in which Rodrigo's new wife is played by a German actress, Natasha Barrack. She obviously speaks perfect Spanish, God knows why. This scene, your interaction seems very natural and intimate. And I was wondering, how was that achieved? I mean, was that scripted? Was that improvised? How did you work with Natasha? Thank you.
I thought that Natasha was Spanish, really, during the whole entire time that we were working in that scene, the morning there. In fact, I think towards the end of the day, she started talking in German with somebody and says, what language is that? Seriously. And so she confessed me that she was half Spanish, half German. Well, the whole entire shooting, and my part is short, it's little, but it was shocking for me to work with Mr. Soderbergh, not only because of how fast he goes, the no use of light, just the natural lights that we were finding anywhere. I think the only scene that you put a light on me was when we were talking on the phone with Michael Douglas, and just very little. But it was the security that he moves, in the shooting. You work with a number of directors, and sometimes directors, they literally shoot everything around them, so they have more ingredients to go to the editing room and start cooking over there what is the movie that they want to do. The feeling that I had with him is that he was editing at the same time that he was shooting. And not just in the way that he said that he went at night to the hotel and started putting together all the stuff, but literally when we were shooting. Crossing cameras, for example, which is not common, and if you have actresses that are very picky, they don't like that, because they know that they are not going to be leaded in the same way. But it was fast, it was very secure, so you got the pulse that immediately put you in a sensation that you are actually safe. And so you just go with the character, and with him, actually, something interesting happened. We finished the movie. I shaved the beard, otherwise my wife would have killed me. And I went to Spain to do the Almodovar's movie. And then he called me. One day, I was just finishing in Toledo, Spain. And he said to me, I just put together the movie, man, and the character is quite enigmatic. I kind of like him, but I'm going to write 3 new scenes for him that are going to go at the end of the movie, and it's going to make him the mastermind of the whole entire operation. And I said, sure, I don't have the beard, don't worry, we'll build it for you. So we shot those 3 scenes in Los Angeles, in UCLA, and Mallorca is actually Zuma Beach in Los Angeles. And so almost was the feeling as I was working with a jazz player that knows very well what is the partiture, and then he can improvise with that. That was kind of the feeling.
No, and that scene we just sort of made up. I mean, the point of it was just that he's happy.
Yeah, I'm happy because I made it to the end.
I literally said, she needs a name, pick a name of a girl that you knew from your past, and you came up with the name. It was,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of easy, actually. But it was safe, literally, by the bell in this movie. I am the only guy in the movie that is not kicked, which is good.
Thank you. On the left again.
Hello, Eva Přibřelová from the Czech Republic. I have a question from Michael Fassbender. You've been pretty busy lately, so I want to ask, why did you want to do this film, or was it simply that Steven Soderbergh called you? And do you think about doing some theater work also? And what role would you love to play on theater? Thank you.
Yeah, I did it because of Stephen. We had a quick conversation on the phone, read the script. I had been a massive fan of Stephen's work, so it was like, it was a no-brainer, really. Theater, I started off doing theater. That's how kind of I got into this whole business, by doing, pub theater, pantomime, straight theater. I will do theater again, but I just don't know when. I never really plan anything either, so there's not like one role out there that I think, I want to have a go at. I'm interested in new writers, new concepts for the theater, to be honest. I think, we often spend a lot of time doing the classics. They're classics for a reason, but I very much like new writing and the new concept of the theater, other than sort of stage and audience, maybe to sort of breach that sort of, cross the line between the two. That interests me.
Thank you. There was one on the right.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I have questions for Gina, Stephen, and Michael. For Gina, the fight scenes look really real. Were there ever accidents where you really hit the boys? And for Stephen, is it true, Mr. Soderbergh, that you've stopped making serious films?
Clearly.
This is serious.
This is a serious film. It's an important film. It should have been the only film at the festival.
And for Michael, after kicking others behind in Centurion, 300, and X-Men, how did it feel to get yours kicked by the beautiful and strong Gina Carano?
I'll answer quickly first, since it's right there. I found out that I got my ass kicked better than I kick ass.
There was no accidents, was there?
Just the vase.
You
The
knocked
vase.
somebody out at one point, didn't you?
No, that is
She's
a rumor.
denying that.
There was one time I hit Michael with a vase.
It was his fault.
You were supposed to hit me with it. It was just a little bit more vigorous than...
No, Soderbergh really wanted to get the shot of my head going into the wall. I don't know, he might have been mad at me that day or something. He really wanted to get that shot. And Michael, and then I'm supposed to grab the vase and throw it past him into a blanket. And do you remember that?
I forgot about the blanket.
Yeah.
I thought that was for me to cuddle up in.
And Michael was standing there, so they were like, okay, he's going to get your head going into the wall, but then just throw the vase past him. And instead, I slammed it into your head. And you took it like a champ. It was,
Didn't have much choice.
I thought I was fired after that. And I wasn't. So you're very nice about that.
Oh, thanks. I did try to get you fired after that.
Too late. Oh, was that it?
Oh, I didn't have any more to that story.
You knocked somebody out, though, didn't you?
No, I didn't knock anybody out. Everybody was fine. I broke my finger on his shoulder.
Did you break it? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Just a little hump. Ewan McGregor hit me in the head once. I mean.
And then
like
you
this
asked him
happen.
if he was okay.
Yeah. There was a lot of funny stories, but really nobody got hurt.
No.
Okay. This.
Oh, the serious movies? I was making a joke. Honestly. No, I think, no, I was just looking at this, and then I have the male stripper movie. It's clear that I'm moving into a phase of stuff that's more fun, which I think should be encouraged, right? You don't need to see any more, nobody needs to see another serious film from me, I don't think.
That's cool.
Okay. There's another question on the right. Yes. You.
Hi,
Please.
my name is Angie. I'm from Movie Magazine, and I have a question for Mr. Soderbergh. Actually, we have read in various articles that you are going to quit directing or making new films. And if that's the case, any successful film from the last films will make you change your mind.
You mean if they're huge hits, will I change my mind?
Or if they have a crucial effect
Well,
on
let's
the
see. Let's
cinema
see.
industry.
Oh, no, I don't. This is all Matt Damon's fault. Here's my advice to all of you. Do not, when getting drunk with Matt Damon, say anything that you want repeated in the press. Because as it turns out, he has a very good memory. And I had sort of voiced this long-term plan that I'd had for a while about sort of just stopping for a bit so I could recharge. And this turned into a, you said it in USA Today and it got picked up everywhere. I had talked about it before in other publications. Nobody cared until Matt said it. And then suddenly people start asking me about it. So it's not a big deal. It's just I just need a break. I've been going one to the next since Out of Sight. I've been making like a movie every 9 months. So it's just time for a break.